wait for a couple more.
Yes.
This will be the inauguration for Site Director Sievers and Site Deputy Director
Into position.
Falcone.
Why'd you get behind me?
Right, boys.
Seems like CI are breaking
They're not
through.
gonna get in.
Alright, stand line, stand line, just stand line. Alpha 1 will got that corner of
They're
it.
literally going against an army of Alpha 1. They're not getting in.
Alrighty. Alrighty. Do I have to use the voice app? Might as well. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It is with great pleasure that I introduce myself and the site deputy director. First, my name is Dr. Jacob A. Sievers. I was the newly elected site director of this site, obviously. Unfortunately, the director King could not be here as well, he had other things to attend to, as in he was terminated. So that was not necessarily the best way to take office. I was expecting him and his deputy director to be here, but unfortunately they were involved in some tomfoolery that got them severely punished. So instead, I'm here taking place and pretty much taking the authority myself and giving it to be invested by the O5 Council. When I first ran for the director of Site 09, it was honestly a spurt of a decision. I didn't think I was going to, I don't know how serious I was in the beginning when it came to deciding whether or not I would run again for the 6th, maybe 7th time. But I most certainly wanted to run with Falcone. And we most likely saw eye to eye after a nice casual day out in in Canada. We had a great discussion about what we need to do to make this site more efficient, more respectful, more responsible, and maintain their accountability. And when we had that conversation, I knew that maybe me running is actually a good decision for the site, and that's why I challenged Farlow with the head of staff nomination. Some unique things happened during the election that allowed me to receive my official candidacy of being site director. That came to actually being appointed site director. And pretty much from there on, I came to the extreme respect. Oh my goodness, my bad. I just like that a lot. So either way, the point is that after Farlow dropped out of the election, obviously I was the unanimous winner at that point, and it was a unique ability for a site director to be elected without any official election. And even if I did get elected without no official election, I do appreciate everybody's support and commemoration during those times. I ran on 3 principal ideas: responsibility, accountability, and respect. We are restoring that as we speak. When King was terminated from his position as site director, the first thing I did was announce the new site constitution and began to hold all the HOS accountable and give them new responsibilities. Through those responsibilities, we were giving them a 24 to 48-hour period to renew their site, their standard operating procedures, to which all of them have done except for TCU. So, yeah. The point is all of these standard operating procedures have been updated except for TCU. And all HOS have been held accountable as far as this. We are still currently discussing some new roles with that we can lead to heads of staff and what their new roles and their responsibilities are, as we are holding them more and more accountable as time goes on. Prime example is the research director, director of research. I wanted to put some confidence behind the director of research, as his leadership has been called into question several times. I have confidence that he can get the job done, and he will do the job done. He was held accountable, yet he now is responsible for his own actions, and he will. I have confidence that he'll make the great decision to enable research to be a lot more active, and not only be more active, but participate more in actual research and finding cures and better ways to contain SCPs. Listen, guys, I've made too many debriefs in my life. I'm not. I tend to be a very loud talker, somebody that can maintain talking for hours and hours as time goes on. So, unironically, I'm going to be cutting this short. All I want to say is, just guys, I appreciate all the support you guys had, and I cannot wait for this next month of trying to make the site a better place and maintaining the integrity of respect, responsibility, and accountability throughout this month and for the rest of Site Zero Nine's existence. With that being said, secure, contain, protect. The Site Deputy Director, Dr. Falcone.
Thank you all for coming. As you can see, I am the Deputy Site Director. Both Dr. Sievers and I have had a very detailed use of voice amp. Sorry, can everyone hear me now? As I was saying, Dr. Sievers and I have a very decorated past. We've held a lot of positions together and separately. Being one of the only few members remaining who came at the birth of the site 5 years ago, him and I know much more than all of you in total of the site system. Although you may know how to do things better than us now, in general we know the most. As Deputy Site Director, I plan to actually do something rather than sit around like it's a union job. I was not the only one elected, so was Director Sievers. So together we will use your votes that never came, and we will make change for the best. I know a lot of you are concerned with the democratic process being in jeopardy after the recent events that transpired. I can assure you that we will hand down the flag when the time comes, although we were not legitimately elected. I will also be working closely with the opposing force, Director Farlow, or Marshal Farlow. He would have been Director Farlow if he stayed in the election. We will be working with him to implement his ideas with his consent, unless he wants to save them for another run, maybe next month. My main goals as Deputy Site Director are to not get shit dropped on my head by, of all people, the Director of the site. Fascinating. My main goal, as you saw, is to first improve my leadership training and work with the security leadership to strengthen the NCO core. I've seen a lot of things in my past 2 weeks that I've been getting on. I may not be on all day, but I am on a lot of the days. I keep in touch with the leadership, my leadership in research, leadership in FE, leadership in security, most importantly. We plan to make the NCO core stronger, CO core stronger, and overall increase security over the site. Our grasp in D-block is weak, so we can easily make that better with some coordination. And for research, come to the consensus as both upper administration and site administration that serious RP has failed. However, I am still persistent and I will continue trying. Although I will narrow it down, I understand people in security, people in MTF, most importantly, and people in TCU are against RP of any sort. However, there are a lot of researchers who would like to RP, a lot of potential researchers who have been driven away the lack of RP. So I will be working with research. I'll be working with security to ensure that there is still RP on this server, whether it only be in one division. And we hope that you can respect that the researchers still want to RP. Whether you don't want to, all you have to do is help and just ensure that they can get a good RP experience. I'll also be doing auxiliary orders. They're basically executive orders. I know it is not in my power of the Constitution, which I honestly couldn't care less about. In order to get things done, you have to treat the deputy site director job as an equal site director. I will not overstep the boundaries of the site director, and I'm willing to reverse any of the policies I implement that step on the toes of the current site director, but I will be implementing policies across the board, as I promised in the debate, if you were. I hope to work alongside all of you. A lot of familiar faces are here. But, as you know, I have a lot of resources, a lot of connections, and plan to restrict the HOS. I said this in the debates. A strong central command when it comes to executive orders is important. If the HOS are going to stomp down every order we have, change will not be made. But at the same time, I plan to expand the powers of the HOS. In the event Director Sievers goes rogue, or the event I go rogue, I will make it easy to secure power. And hopefully for future generations. All in all, I plan to get a lot done at the end of the month. But I do not plan on running for re-election, so I'll get it done while I'm here. And if I cannot, I can assure you I'll make the responsible decision to replace myself with someone else. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Falcone. Gentlemen, it's come to the point in the debate where I'm going to be opening up the stage for some other heads of staff members to be making some announcements, minor announcements within their division, and be taking PTS from NCOs down to enlisted. With that being said, any COs or HOS would like to come to the stage and say something?
Yeah, I'd like to say something. You go
First,
if you'd like,
Grand Marshal Fowler.
It's gonna be short, just a quick show of hands. If anyone, let me take my voice up. If anyone would attend FE tryouts, please know, just so I know, in case I do tryouts and no one attends. So if you attend the FE tryouts, make sure to jump or stay in OC or whatever. Alright, no one? Okay, thank you.
Dr. Hatfield.
Alright, so shortly after this site debrief, over in the research debrief area above Deputy Head of Staff Wing, our wonderful Dr. Oatmeal will be holding a lecture on SCP-343. So if any of you would like to attend, you don't have to be on research to attend. Please do feel free to attend it. He's going to be going over what it is, how it works, so on and so forth, some interesting facts about it. So if you'd like to attend that, just head over there after this debrief.
I want to say really quickly. Thanks to the site director Sievers, the D-block schedule is in full swing. So security, make sure to follow that, make sure to enforce that. When on the job, the NCOs and COs of security will change the code. You guys just have to enforce it. Make sure they follow it. Make sure they don't goof off and go somewhere else. Other than that, SRC tryouts will be after the debrief, so stick around for it.
Alrighty, guys. With that being said, if you guys are out here, the commander of the Mobile Task Force said there would be new 7 tryouts after the site debrief. With that being said, who would like PTS in the audience, whether that be NCO or CO? You may do /Y PTS, and I will grant it. Dr. White, Monarch. PTS has been granted.
After this, can I get some MTF for my test?
Yes, sir. Is there no TCU on? Yeah, we'll do MTF. We'll give you MTF. How many do you need, sir?
2 or 1 will be fine. I just need y'all to give me.
I'll give you 2. Fantastic. Dr. Monarch, just swing over a DM after the debrief and let me know, and I will assign 2 mobile task force members to your area. Alright, with that being said, I have another person in PTS. It's going to be Beta 7 PV2 Bard. Bard, what's your PTS, sir?
Never mind. I could just ask in Discord.
Fantastic. Sergeant Rex.
Yeah,
PTS
so I
been
just
grad.
got here. Could I get a rundown of what the debrief was about? It doesn't have to be long.
The debrief was just the baseline inauguration of both myself and the deputy director, Falcone. No big deal was going on. It was just a lot of generalized announcements that you could receive via the central communication server. That was Discord. With that being said, PTS with sticks.
I haven't seen it, but is there a place I can read your guys' document?
Our doctrine is available in the news Discord, but everything in the doctrine as of now has been implemented. Just read the Senate Constitution for furthermore updates, and read all the individual SOPs to get updates. All the SOPs as of now, except for TCU, have the updated policies, and then same thing with the Constitution. All good, Vice Commander. Just get that done, please. You have 24 hours, or you and your commander do not have a job anymore. With that being said, any more PTS? Yes, Officer King II.
I'm just moving up. I don't know if you can hear me. It's been made unclear through multiple people as well as your own doctrine, and I'm not 100% sure because I know that they're working on their own SOP. But depending on how their SOP goes, or regardless, do you intend to remove the ethics committee, or what's the deal with that?
That's a great question. So ethics committee's roles and responsibilities have been shifted over for a couple of things. More specifically, ethics committee is now going to be the head of trials. They're going to be acting as the judge, and they now have to set the rules for trials in regards to the fact that they are now the judges. Basic trial rules have been set, but those are overviews that are technically rights given to both the plaintiff and the defendant. But it is with the judges and the ethics committees that they are acting as judges. It's also big important that ethics committee is now setting up ethical guidelines within their SOP, their handbook, in order for them to oversee and overlook research activities as well as FETCU and or security activities. That is going to be their big role, but trials is going to be the way they enforce their their ethicalities based on a guilty not guilty system, similar to which we could see in the United States, the United States judicial system.
Okay, so they're not getting removed.
No, they're not getting removed. The responsibilities were essentially how do I say this? The responsibilities were just essentially shifted from one thing to another, if that makes sense.
Understood. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, of course. Eddie, PT has been granted.
So, somebody mentioned a news Discord. Is there a link to that?
Yeah, one of the idiots from the news Discord can send that in the OOC. So I love them. Doctor, Apophis, PT has been granted.
Yes, I will be posting the link to the news and the OC now.
Spit it out, man.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Dr. Apophis. With that being said, any more PTS before I go to promotions? Caboose, can you send me that list of guys real quick? Also, Director of Research, anybody else,
Yes.
send me your list of people you want to be promoted if you have anybody. Corporal Whiskerfall, PTS been granted.
Wait, so you mentioned something about RP. You said that serious RPs failed, so you just given up on it, or something besides?
We never said giving up
research?
on it.
Well,
Corporal, if I may say, listen, Serious RP has been going downhill for a while now. That's why me and Brandon, JRB, whatever you want to call him, are stepping in. Me and him developed the server 5-6 years ago. I left it about a year ago. I came back in November to try to reinstate Serious RP. I believe I was able to get it back to a serious point, but then right after the next site director took role, Craig was inactive and didn't do what he needed to do when he was my site deputy director. The point I'm trying to make is that we're trying to make this site once again more serious. Listen, back in the beginning of Deep Gaming's conception, back during V1, it was extremely unserious. Me and Brandon, more specifically, were fighting on whether or not the server would be semi-serious or serious. I wanted seriousness. Brandon wanted semi-serious outlook on. We eventually compromised. We kind of morphed in between the two, but it turned out that really it was a good route to go for the serious genre. We like to consider ourselves a serious server that allows people to also have fun, but that does not mean that RP is not existent. So we're bringing back RP. We're bringing back the seriousness that we need in the series RP, and we're gonna make it better than ever. Like I said though, this we can't make this better without your help as enlisted. You're a corporal. You need to lead, my man. If you see somebody minging out of order, you give me their name and they are demoted. They are terminated. Do not tolerate anything, and this is where our three-pronged attack on how to conquer the site is: accountability, responsibility, respect. You do all three things like that, well, you got yourself a beautiful, serious site.
Okay, thank you for the Scooby-Doo rundown, sir.
Okay, all right. I don't know if that was a sign of disrespect. I'll let it go for now.
Arrest that man.
Nah, don't arrest him. Don't arrest him.
Site 36 workers with the deputy directors, don't arrest him.
Don't. It's not that big of a deal. It was a little disrespectful, but we'll let it go.
I wasn't trying to be disrespectful. I just said that was a very long explanation. I was just expecting yes or no.
No worries, you're good. Any more PTSs before we go straight to what do you call it? Promotions. I want to make sure everybody's heard. Fantastic. HOS, please send in your promotion list. Caboose, send it one more time. Your boy lost it already. Copy that, Jin John. Thank you very much, Dr. Hatfield. Chief Caboose. Alrighty, with the permission of Chief Caboose, Officer King and Junior Specialist Eddie Reed, please step to the front of the stage. It's a great honor that we do some site-wide debrief. No, step 2 on the stage, Officer King. On the stage. Join me on the stage, please. With the power invested in me as the new director of Site 09, Chief Caboose will be assigning you a new rank and position. This comes with new responsibilities, new levels of respect, and new accountabilities. Take this, and with the new NCO initiative designed by Deputy Director Falcone, please take the initiative. Eddie Reed, you're no longer a junior specialist. That means you have some level of more responsibility. Start leading. Be out there. Show yourself. Lead by example. If you can't lead via just your words and vocabulary, lead by example. With that being said, it was with great pleasure that I could promote both of you to the next remaining rank. With that being said, alrighty, give me just. And congratulations to you both. You guys may step back to your place in line. With that being said, we're moving on to Foundation Enforcement. Foundation Enforcement promotions today. Who's going to get promoted? Cadet Boost, make your way to the stage. And Officer Marks, make your way to the stage. Congratulations, gentlemen. And Grand Marshal Farlow, please assign these two men their appropriate rank above whatever it is. And whatever rank you want them to go to. It is with the power invested in me via the 05 Council to assign you your 2 ranks through the Grand Marshal. Congratulations, gentlemen, and I hope you guys enjoyed this entire site-wide recognition for your great work, responsibility. And once again, same thing with the 2 previous candidates for promotion. Gentlemen, you guys have received new responsibilities, a new level of respect, and a new level of accountability. Take it seriously and do something with it. And you'll get promoted even further. Maybe one day you'll be the Grand Marshal yourself. As these 2 gentlemen get stamped by the Grand Marshal, I'll just go over some few closing remarks. Simply this. I think this really piggybacks off what Deputy Director Falcone really stated. We are a site. We are a family. Once again, we have to maintain that. We have to maintain that relationship with one another. MTF should not be soloing CI. Security should not be soloing D-Block. Research should not be soloing SCPs. Point is, we have to work together, and we have to be cooperative with one another, and we have to maintain a responsibility to work with one another, accountable with one another. The minute we do that, well, guess what? We're gonna be even more coordinated. You're gonna have a lot more fun, and we're gonna maintain the seriousness of the site. Guys, remember the 3 words stated in my doctrine, the 3 words stated by the SCP Foundation to begin with: secure, contain, protect, respect, responsibility, accountability. With that being said, Foundation enforcement, about face, you are free to leave. Research. Dr. Monarch, after the MTF debrief, conduct your test, and Commander Ginge will be giving you 2 members of the Mobile Task Force to conduct your test with. Please be sure to message the commander or a CEO of the Mobile Task Force. If he does not respond to you, you let me know, and I will personally handle it. The Mobile Task Force, you guys move on to the Mobile Task Force debrief. You guys are dismissed. Research, about face, you guys are dismissed. Security, MedSec, about face, you are dismissed. Eminence, you are dismissed. And GenSec, about face, you are dismissed. HOS